Nadine De Klutch, where do you want your statue? It was truly Nadine's night in Navi Mumbai as the South African was extraordinary with both bat and ball in hand to pull off a stunning heist against the defending champions. It was Smriti Mandhana and RCB who won the toss and elected to bowl first, and Lauren Bell on her WPL debut set the scene up with an impeccable new ball spell, 1 for 7 in her opening 3 overs. And Mumbai, as a result, never really got going. Amelia Kerr struggled particularly, and they ended up with a rather tentative power play, 1 for 34 at the end of 6 overs. Nadine De Klutch came onto the attack right after the power play and got the huge scalp of Nat Skipper Brunt with some brilliant piece of glove work by Richard Ghosh. And thereafter, RCB just chipped away. They kept taking wickets at regular intervals. Sriyanka Pato then dismissed Kamalini for 32 of 28. And then Nadine De Klutch again into the thick of action, getting rid of Harmanpreet Kaur. And Mumbai were in all sorts of trouble before Sajivna Sajan, as well as Nicola Carey on her WPL debut, got together and stitched up a wonderful 82-run partnership. Sanjana, in particular, got 2 reprieves, firstly by Hemalata, then by Sayali, the substitute fielder, and she ensured to make the very most of it. She struck at 170, scoring 45 of just 25 balls with 7 fours and 1 6, and she was ably supported by Nicola Carey, who made a well-made 40 of 29 balls to get Mumbai Indians to a power score of 154 for 6 at the end of 20 overs. Nadine De Klutch was the standout bowler for RCB, 4 for 26 for her in her quota, which included just 5 runs in her final over. For RCB's chase, Smriti Mandhana and Grace Harris got off to a flyer and they were in cruise control. They were 40 for no loss at the end of 3 overs. That was before Shabnam Ismail came into the attack, got rid of Smriti Mandhana. The very next over, Nat Skipper Brunt made a very well planned for Grace Harris, and Grace Harris fell into the trap. And before RCB knew it, even though they ended the power play 57 for 2, they were in deep trouble. Amanjot Kaur, right after the power play, got rid of Hemalata, and then Amelia Kerr spun a web to get rid of Radha Yadav and Richard Ghosh in the same over to put RCB in all sorts of trouble and really struggling at 60 odd for 5. That was when Richard Ghosh, that was when rather Nadine De Klutch and Arundhati Reddy came together, and they stitched up a very able, composed 52-run partnership to take RCB just deeper into the game, and they did so very effectively. Then it came the final 4 overs, and RCB were within touching reach. They needed 38. And then Nicola Carey had the ball in hand, and she delivered a magnificent final over, picking up the key wickets of Arundhati Reddy, firstly with a wonderful slow loop ball, and then getting rid of Sriyanka Pato, giving away just 4 runs and taking 2 wickets in a final over to end the evening with 2 for 35 in her 4 overs, and a wonderful debut for her as well. But whilst Nadine De Klutch was at the crease, RCB had hope, and she kept chipping away. It got to a point where RCB needed 29 in the final 2 overs, and that's when all the drama really unfolded. First ball of the 19th over by Shabnam Ismail, Nadine De Klutch holds to Nat Skipper Brunt at long off, but she drops the dolly. Then 18.4 over the ball. It was Nadine De Klutch looked to go over cow corner. She couldn't get quite hold of it, and she seemingly held out to Amelia Kerr, who also dropped a catch you would expect her to gobble up. She dropped it. Amanjot Kaur released the ball to the striker's end, where Kamalini just had to dislodge the stumps as Nadine De Klutch wasn't even in the frame whilst running back for the second. But Kamalini as well made a meal of it, couldn't quite collect the ball whilst dislodging the stumps. And as a result, Nadine De Klutch got 3 reprieves in the matter of a few balls and few moments, and that really changed the tide of the game. Then up comes Prema Rawat, 22 needed of 7 balls, and she smacks a boundary over covers against Shabnam Ismail in the final ball of the 19th over to make it 18 in the final over for RCB to win. Then was Nat Skipper who was assigned the ball, and she got the first two balls bang on the money, into the wicket, not giving much pace, and Nadine De Klutch couldn't quite get hold of it. Then she bowled a slot delivery, and De Klutch hit it over deep long off to make it 12-3. Then another ball into the wicket where De Klutch played it behind the wickets, into the deep square leg where there was no fielders, which meant 8 of the final 2 balls. And then another 6 by Nadine De Klutch, another fullish ball, and pace off, and De Klutch got a real piece of it over cow corner again. And then last ball 2 needed, another fullish delivery by Nat Skipper. She missed her mark, and De Klutch hitting it straight down the ground to seal a famous win for RCB, who won by 3 wickets, and an incredible pulsating knock by Nadine De Klutch, who ended the night with 63 not out of just 44 balls with a strike rate of 145, 7 fours, 2 sixes, and despite the best efforts of Amelia Kerr, who ended the night with 4 over 13 for 2, and as well as Amanjot Kaur, 3 overs 1 for 18, and Shabnam Ismail, 4 overs 1 for 26. It was truly Nadine's night in Navi Mumbai. The South African came in clutch to save RCB and give them an invaluable 2 points to kick off WPL 2026. RCB fans, do let me know in the comments below, how would you rate that Nadine De Klutch knock? And WPL fans and RCB fans, do make sure to drop a follow, like, and comment down below for daily WPL analysis. Thank you for watching.